bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
Hello everybody and welcome to the North taking on No Chance. My name is Mitch and joining me of course is the beautiful, the wonderful, the luxurious Zesht. How are you doing today?
I'm doing brilliant, and you know what? There's no time we're gonna waste. And Sticko is taken down free in a matter of seconds. North struggling to find the few initial frags over there on the site. And, well, No Chance are obviously standing a chance here, Mitch.
They absolutely are as they roll on into the round and find themselves that 1-0 lead. We've got to look at things, though, from a realistic standpoint. North seem to be the more dominant team overall. And I gotta ask you, Zesh, I gotta put you on the spot here. We're seeing Mirage. Oh, great, we've got a pause, so even more time
Perfect.
to do it.
Do it.
We see Mirage coming out, followed by a Dust 2 and an Inferno as a decider. I'm gonna ask you, who do you feel like, and score predictions, as in 2-1, 1-0, or 2-0. What do you feel like we're gonna see coming out of this series?
So I'll be brutally honest.
Go for it.
I think everything out of a 2-0 for North is embarrassing.
Oh, all right.
Sounds harsh. Sounds very harsh. But at the end of the day, right, we're talking about a full-time, salaried, highly professional team that is in the top 10 of the world, with North exiting ECS recently with a loss against Furia. And afterwards, I mean, beating Vitality 2-1 for me is still telling me, okay, you're a decent team on land, you know what they're doing. And you know, the good thing, and I think that's something many might not really be interested about or something, is they're flying from London, after they lost, of course, to Denmark. So a 1-hour flight, maybe, or 1.5 hour. I'm not quite sure about it. Either way, this basically tells me there's not like a jet lag sort of thing. They're probably at home or at their boot camp place in the stadium of Copenhagen. So there should be just no problems, nothing where they feel pain or any sort of pressure on themselves. North need to 2-0 this. Everything else would be extremely odd, if you ask me.
Alrighty, well, I'll give you that one. I can definitely see North walking away with a 2-0. I think statistically they're probably favored to do it, and indeed, odds-wise as well, massively favored coming into the series overall. Just going to take a quick gander down towards those. Our live ones weren't working there, but it's 1.08 for North to win the series and 6.79 for No Chance. Whilst they don't have no chance, they definitely have a very small chance, which effectively makes it no chance. We'll see if they can at least pick up the second round, though, as they mow down North, coming over towards Connector. Things are looking good. And one caveat that we should put on this, as we come into things, Space Cadet is Sticko, yes, and then God, this is gonna be hard.
I can do it for you. I'm very good with Finnish names.
So,
if you're wondering who Hotelejala is,
wow,
it is nobody else than Zen, also known as Jesselinjala. So, the player who used to be at Ents and Sprouts is an outstanding talent in most cases. Somebody who also, by the way, played under the leadership of the man Crystal beforehand under the Sprout logo. Say they know each other, they might know their system. And of course, this is giving them a bit of a better chemistry. How it's working overall, we're going to see.
We are indeed, as North come towards the top of middle early on. Now with their AKs and their utility in hand, this is the best shot they have at connecting around, as North, or No Chance rather, have very little to work with. They've got an AUG, they've got an M4, but then every weapon below that is a disadvantage. The FAMAS, the MP9, limited utility. They're playing this as a bonus round, and the potential is there to clock this one up without too much hassle, but it will still be a relatively difficult one because holding up close to Connector is Thomas. You've got the peak. I don't like that. You've got smokes down in both window and Connector, and Crystal just hard peaks middle. Nobody's there to support him.
That's a little odd, isn't it? In the meantime, Mekalela abusing before the smoke pops. Thomas is coming around as well. And so the tech and frag for the Brits is secured. North is not looking as strong as expected once the weapons are in their hands, though, as Valdi found 2. AZ sneaks around the A side. He might be that glimpse of hope. He might be the individual that could change things up. He's checking every single corner. In the meantime, Mikalele is going to fall down to Valdi, so things are realistic. It just comes down to AZ, and he's getting the spray down. One opponent remaining.
It's all down to Hotelija as he tries to pull it off. 1 versus 2. Low HP at least on both players, but Valde coming up behind is quick to shut him down and find a 4th kill in the round. And what a spectacular start this has been. Currently seeing Thomas, though, and up the top of the leaderboard for No Chance. And that's something that we've definitely seen in the past. Thomas, well, since he's joined this lineup, I feel like he's been the most impactful individual. There were some question marks as we saw him over in the Hotshot series, and we were wondering how he'd perform when he segued in. His first time, I think, outside of the UK teams, or definitely for quite a while anyways. And he's been performing really well. It's great to see another UK player climbing their way through the ranks.
I mean, this might sound like a super small aspect, but I think it's worth pointing out. He has a very language advantage in such an international team. Because his understanding of the teammates is a lot easier, which then helps him overall. Mikalele, in the meantime, and his crew are not looking that great on an economic basis. Players are approaching over short, and Valdi wants to aggress through main. First head found, dog tags collected, and that is the Brit you were just talking about falling down.
Shots landed as Vald goes out of the game. It's still a 4 versus 3 with the trade. As North close in the distance towards the B bomb site, Space Cadet's got the auto shotty in hand and hasn't yet been spotted out with it. He's going to aggress forward, but caught out from short. It distracts him for long enough to allow Yugi to peek out there and take his life points away. 2 versus 4, and No Chance 69 are looking to get screwed out of this round.
Screwed out of the round, indeed. So, Mikalele and his Finnish teammate might do themselves a favor. In the meantime, I want to use this time to give a man a shout out, or actually 2 men. First of all, Dinko, who's going to help me out afterwards, and second of all, AZ-esque, who's probably watching because AZ is playing. It's really nice how one guy who's just a fan of one player just became an entire Counter-Strike scene meme. I don't know how it worked, but he done that.
Well, shout-outs all in order. We're looking at No Chance trying to save those weapons, and realistically, I think North don't have a chance to hunt this. Gate and Yugi are. Yugi's the one player that you could definitely see going in aggressive, trying to at least pick back up one of the rifles that was lost.
Yeah.
And indeed maybe try to find a kill as he goes, but decides to post up pretty passive after taking that AUG into his hands and puts it over 2-2 to North. Full weapons in their possession for fairly little reinvestment, really. I mean, their economy's pretty stacked for the next round. It's only Gade that will struggle the smallest bit. No Chance, though, not in the same boat. They can't invest in on 3 players, so it's only the weapons carried forward that they get to work with.
Only the weapons carried forward, as you say. And, I mean, this round should just work by the book. No real flaws that North is allowed to show us right here. And as the lineup focuses on the B site, only one real obstacle, and this is Crystal. And you see what he has in his hand. An electrifying performance I am looking for. And the electrifying performance needs to come by a North player jumping down. I beg you, do it. One of you guys, please do it as he comes close. No, Crystal! All my hopes immediately crushed.
Have you not grown to expect just that to come through?
I was hoping so badly.
We're looking at Hotelia, Zen, and Thomas and Mikalele running right into the AK-47 of Valde. Down goes Hotelia. This is what I'm just going to go with because I like saying it wrong.
Yeah, it's fine. No, I appreciate that.
Mikalele's still got armor and an AUG to save over, but he's being closed in on. He's being spotted at this point. Valde going to swing down. Mikalele just turns his back. He says, I don't care about you.
Yeah.
It's taken down for being so rude. So the winner of this series, this best of 3, is going to go on to play either Wendigo or Ancient. I gotta say, any given day I'd say Wendigo win that, but they've been super shaky recently, and Ancient are on the up and up.
It's
So,
very true. I mean, after China, they've looked really weird, weren't they?
Yeah.
And that's where I was hoping like the Bulgarians are going to find their center right now. Back when it comes down to this minor / the major, because they're one of the teams which I want to see advance. I think they really deserved it. They had such a grind recently, but in the meantime, did the grind of no chains pay off as it is against North right here? So far down by a round after a quite decent start. And back in connector, Makalela is just waiting it out, but punishment from Yugi comes in, I wouldn't even say immediately, but in time.
In time, but he has suffered for it. Going down to pretty low HP. Crystal on the AWP. Glass Cannon finds an opening. And look at Thomas here. Fat Dog with fat kills. Absolutely beautiful. 3K on the board and no chance. Tear into North early on. 3-3 now tied up. But North still have that little bit of fiscal security to dig on into. They've got their rainy day savings fund and they're about to empty it all out onto AK-47s and utility. Like the apocalypse is coming.
I mean, I imagine that North is happy that apocalypse is not coming yet. Either way, my dear Mitch, probably very happy about seeing a Brit perform like that, but you said it beforehand, Thomas is going to surprise a lot of people, and you know I do believe you. I do believe you. As we're now back in a tight situation, North, in case of losing this round, will not look too good, though they have a bit of a cushion. Talking about Thomas, finds his 8th frag after 7 rounds, and Maikalele is there with the punishment.
A quick double peeking down towards the bottom connector. That is not a spot they want to be in. Maikalele keeps going. Yugi's out of the game, and it's all on to Valda. A weaker buy for no chance than what we've seen before, but definitely not a weaker performance. As Thomas, the star player in a lot of these recent games for no chance since he joined the lineup, is being outshone in this round by Maikalele. It's all on to Valda, 1v4, low HP on one of his opponents, but that probably won't prompt him to go for this. The only problem is saving this over is going to be very, very difficult. There's 50 seconds left, and no chance have got the economy to hunt on some more of their players if they want to.
Now, very much looking forward to see Valde trying to stay alive for another 25 seconds. But it seems even though if they have the economic buffer, they don't go for it. And you have to say, right, the experience from the team like No Chance is quite massive. Crystal, Sticko, and Maikalele played and used to play on the same level as any of those North players. I mean, not even a doubt about it. And so remaining calm and focused shouldn't be a real issue. No Chance now in the lead. This, of course, being nothing else than their map pick. But once more, I'm just going to tell you the little difference between both of the teams. The last 3 opponents for North on this map have been Vitality, Liquid, and Heroic. The last 3 opponents for No Chance on this map were Wendigo, Namiga, and Gamer Legion.
Still pretty strong teams, all things considered, but you can definitely see the disparity between their opponents in terms of skill gap. I mean, you've got a lot of teams there rather that are struggling recently. And Gamer Legion had some really hard times in recent tournaments, bombing out early. I think the Hotshot series as well, they didn't do all too great. A 4-6 now, at least an early CT lead developing. Seeing Crystal on the glass cannon up, now able to pull out an AWP for himself. Walking on down middle, you've got a couple of players in position, but the real problem for them here is that as they try to push up through connector, you're going to have Space Cadet, aka Sticko, looking at them with an AK-47. The Molotov gives it away, though, as he peeks out. Nade goes through, and that's going to deal some damage if they're hit by it because they had no armor. But luckily, they managed to make it all the way over towards the bomb site without too much hassle. So that nade's going to hurt, though.
I think it's going to hurt, really. I mean, this round doesn't really count, right? As we see North struggling to find any success. And as we see right now, Mitch, the CT side on this map is actually beneficial for North, but not for No Chance. Just to point it out, the nothing else than the pardon, the sample size for No Chance. There we go. The sample size for No Chance right now is 12 maps in the last 3 months, and they're more T-sided, so it's going to be very interesting. Talking about interesting, A's with what a shot on Thomas. The Brit is taken down, and there's the entry for the North sides.
The entry and mid control granted over thereafter. Michael Lele is playing pretty passive with the AUG in hand up close to connector. He'll be able to hear them as they start to barrel line forward. He'll be able to see them as they shoot him in the face. Taking him out of the game and putting it over into a 2-man advantage now for the T side as they start to close in towards this A bomb site. You've got a little bit of an awkward situation for Gade. He goes over to the UMP because he's so low on HP with just 2 remaining. Flash into ramp. Confirms there's nobody there, but it's not ramp they need to be worried about. There's 3 players lurking towards bottom connector, at least 2 of which are about to make a push towards the site. Gade is quite low, so I'd be surprised if he's leading that charge. But the swing out from AZ, they have no idea! Zen's able to return at least 1, but is it enough? It doesn't look like it.
No, it shouldn't. And that 4 to 5 is not bringing No Chance down on their knees. This is still a good bit of money left in their bank accounts, making it all very possible. And as we see right there, AUG times 3, AWP, and M4. Again, an ideal setup, I personally would say. No real worries I have. But if North capitalize on this, they bring their down on the economic knees, they'll be basically bankrupt. Then it's tight, and then North might gain enough momentum. And as we see, round number 10, where it's going to be decisive if we have a tie or more dominance by No Chance. I mean, opportunities are there to now capitalize on this as the CTs. And North is really taking their time. They're playing this somewhat last second, don't they? Easy. Slowly and steady. Working around the smoke, trying to see if they can capitalize on the other side. Most definitely will be able to do so. And there comes more. Double kill from AZ. North is most likely going to tie it up.
Alrighty, 5-4. No Chance saving over their weapons. Had to dip for a bit of a tech issue, but we're back. We're ready to rumble.
Lovely.
As North claim that round, you're looking at 4 weapons saved over, really starting to help out their economic struggles and trading the rounds back and forth right now. It's not terrible, but I do think No Chance are putting up a much better fight than I expected. And coming in as the heavy favorites, you expect to see that team having a pretty good T-side, being able to dominate their opponents when they get to play on their turf. Pushing together as a team, their executes should be cleaner, but right now, that's not quite the case. Now, similarly, they obviously maintain a pretty hefty advantage moving over to the CT side, but the fact that it's not just complete dominance to start us out is definitely a good sign for No Chance having the opportunities in the series.
I couldn't have said it better. I mean, I guess a good bunch of people expected North to be like in this 8-2 by now or something,
Sure.
but No Chance really delivered a fight, didn't they? And I mean, if it's the fun part is, remember map number 1? Yeah, map number 2 on Big versus Sprout, where I think in the beginning it looked very, very balanced, and then Sprout started to come back towards the end of the first half. Maybe the same thing comes with North now as they realized how their opponent's system works. This one isn't easy though, obviously. No real buy for No Chance. So they should, well, pretty much have no chance.
push comes forward as Kierby goes down, pushing through the smoke. No chance. Ooh, fouled. In there with one onto Michael Lele. That's shutting down a lot of opportunities. Still the two players that have armor left alive. It's Zen and Sticko. The fake name, Space Cadet being Sticko Hotelier. Or whatever. Whatever, however the hell you say it. I wasn't prepped for this. Space Cadet finds himself one. There goes Zen with another. Okay, back into an advantageous spot, but the time is against them. Swinging out into the open. AZ again. 1-for-1s from Palace. Not enough. As Yuki has to pull this back. Notices a player on stairs. Finds the duel. But the defuse is going through. He has to spam. He's finding the shot so close. Runs out of ammunition. The clock comes out. It's not in time. The defuse is there.
Goodness. It felt like a millisecond, isn't it? It felt like just a millisecond. And no chance. Absolutely astonishing getting number 6. Would have never believed that. My goodness. And North probably not so happy about that one. Could have been easily theirs. In the meantime, Diop in the middle tags down quite heavily. Zen hoping to assist over there. And take a look at the mid approach right now.
So you're looking at these guys closing in the distance. Gade's already crossed over. Crystal's in a little bit of danger, but the peek comes out from Michael Lele. He's covered by Crystal. Zen finds one towards the bench. Valda can't even get out of there. There's 4 players looking at him, for God's sake. He swings out and he's taken down straight away after just 1 kill. And so you're into a 2v2. A little bit of potential to cross over towards that bomb site, as again you're going to see AZ and Yugi taking this, swapping positions this time as Yugi comes in through Palace. AZ's only been getting 1-for-1s from there so far, which isn't ideal. And realistically now 6-5. No chance. Should be connecting themselves another round unless Yugi's able to pull off an insane comeback. Smoke goes down to try and let him get over close to that bomb. Molotov will stop the peek from coming through. Dangerous to run without your gun out in that situation. They could still peek you from jungle. To run through the molly. Wouldn't be unheard of. And it's 7-5. No chance closing out the round as they should have. They only lose 2 weapons as well, which means their economy isn't terribly bad.
I really have to say, right? It was basically a millisecond at the side that pretty much had the decision on. North now maybe falling in this limbo and no chance already getting into that 8th round. I mean, it's extremely likely by now. The Deagles should, technically speaking, not make the difference. And therefore, I believe that no chance should get the 8-5. And I mean, how amazing would it be if they get double digits out of this half? It would be an unbelievable scenario, wouldn't it?
Oh, it really would. From this point forward, North need to find themselves so many picks with those pistols that it's not looking likely that they get anywhere near where we kind of expected them to be. I mean, you were saying most people are expecting North to be kind of 8-2 a couple rounds back, and at this point, 8 is definitely out of the question. As Vald falls. No chance can even push past this scoreline. And considering the fact that they've now got a decent buffer of economy built up, they're going to have the potential to get a full buyout even if they lose this round. So if they lose, okay, they get another chance to buy up. That's okay. As long as they get 2 to 3 kills, North will remain in the same position that they're currently in. Unable to reinvest on a loss.
It's unsatisfying, isn't it?
With so little time left, I mean, that 10-5 is not only possible, but probable almost, as if no chance win this. Then North have pretty much nothing to work with. It's a weak as hell bye for the final round.
It seems so very odd to believe. I mean, no chance taking the map of them seems very odd to believe. Either way, Curabate with what a flank coming in. Could have remained a little bit more patient maybe, but Michael Ellie is there to refrag him potentially, as now things might look a little sinister. Kirby waiting for the play at the top, instantly punished. And that means tied up situation incoming. North still is on the A site. The bomb should be planted immediately, any second soon. And take a look who's awaiting them on short.
Well, we've got the bomb down. North bailing on back. Time on their side. Flash going towards CT will allow the peek to come through onto AZ, but he's up behind the box playing passive. As are the whole of North. They're allowing no chance to waste down the time. Let Yugi try to find the pick with the op. Comes through with one. The trade's not really good enough for no chance at this point. They've got to pull back into this quite quickly. AZ's lit down by Crystal through the wall. Michael Lele finishes him off.
AZ pulling through. What? He's not good for the...
believe.
He had the kit. I mean, if he would have stick to it, I'm pretty sure he would have done it, but... Okay, then North on the number 6. Still, on the buy perspective, not very satisfying. Is it 3.9, 4K? Full armor, a rifle, and one piece of utility, basically, for Kirby and AZ. That's not very much fun, is it? So, imagining to have a 3-round advantage here as no chance sounds quite promising, as though the statistics tell us that North is a bit more of a CT-sided team, and actually it's more than 60-40, to put it that way. I'm very much looking forward to what they can do as a defenders, as now it is just about a 1 or 3 round difference. And North send a sign. With that AWP from Yugi, I'm sure Sticko is not going to peek in there so easily.
We've been talking about how well Thomas has been doing since he joined this lineup. Well, Michael Lele is really stepping it up. He's on form right now, sitting down on 16 kills, ADR plusing 120. And that's a performance we don't usually get to see from him. Now with 1 round left, you got that full buyout. Crystal again on the op. You're going to see the rest of the team with scopes in hand, AUGs to work with. Like we said, utility is certainly waning towards the end, or towards the latter stage of the round. With 1 minute left on the clock, great nade onto Kierby, down to 47 HP, less than 50. From that one grenade landing literally on his feet. A good prediction from No Chance on where he'd be.
But I mean, Kirby's also tacked up. Players now coming for connector. Second wave will be Gade. And take a look at Kirby. Doesn't get the Underwood player. Oh, this looked at me like the promising entry, but now the op needs to do it. 4 versus 3. Make it actually a 2 versus 4. Thomas makes loud noises, but outstanding, it seems to be from No Chance. One more man to turn this around. Needs to be AZ himself. Don't count him out yet. And Crystal's up. Accurate enough. And this is a bit of a surprise to me, very honestly.
Well, No Chance performing on the CT side. You do give them a decent chance to swap it over. Although North came in as heavy favorites, we've seen a massive step up from Michael Lele, which is definitely uncommon from them. To see him towards the top. Thomas not even able to breach the top fragging position, because Mike's just having too good of a game. And with those guys firing on all cylinders, this certainly does get a little bit worrying for North. We're seeing a massive drop in performance. Gade down there on 4 kills. We need to see a big step up from them now. Moving into the CT side, No Chance seem to be the... Like, on paper right now, they're playing really well. I could definitely see them taking this map. North, yeah, they're a CT-sided team in general, but these rounds haven't been too convincing for them, even when they have been winning.
The thing for me personally is, I don't know how you see it, but I think I'm quite sure No Chance came into this saying, you know what, we're probably going lower bracket anyway, so we can play whatever we want, we can play whatever style. And talking about that, yeah, I mean, that's the way you get shut down immediately. Sticko trying as hard as possible. Jump shots should not be granted. As he tries to shoot through the wood, not taking the ladder yet, and his opponent moves downwards. The bomb on his back should now be spotted, and well, if that is not helpful, I don't know. But in the meantime, talking about helpful players, Michael Lele chimes in and take a look. AZ does not know where he is, does he? He can't know.
Doesn't look like it. He's got that intel to play with. Oh, dropping down though. AZ's completely aware of it now, ready for the peak to come through. Shots.
Just pass him.
Yeah, just letting him pass. They're closing over towards the A site now, but the one thing they're definitely not going to count on is Vald coming up behind.
Yeah, but they spotted him. Oh no, they spot him. The bomb down is already something. I mean, definitely helpful. Vault just barrel spotted and TV taken out. The clock shots Just a few more, but it's gonna be Sticko praying to the Lord that he's gonna be not taken out anytime soon. Gets Yugi, and so one more to go. Can he be the Pistolero? No chance, need to get the double digits. He does it, he keeps his cool. And that's gonna be Sticko reigning supreme.
Considering the recent form of North as well, this is a really winnable position for No Chance. Winning out that pistol round, that puts them ahead by quite a margin. And although, like we said, North heavy favorites coming into this, No Chance aren't the kind of team that you regularly see throw away leads like this.
Yeah, and I mean, especially the thing I'm asking myself before that, and I think it's a very interesting aspect. I was not really seeing the lads from North taking this one to prepare, and I mean, I guess Miffer didn't watch any demos from No Chance, because I even understand North coming into this and thinking like, we just play our strat book, our usual strat book, we don't need to anti-strat them.
Mayhaps, yeah, they could have come in underestimated. Now, there is still the whole best of 3 to play out, but with the next map being Dust, that's one where if No Chance put up a decent scoreline here, it's definitely going to be transferable over to the next. Thomas is lit down very low as the SMGs close towards the site, but with AZ being eliminated, now they're all out in the open, full bodies visible as the fights come through. This should be easy for the MAC-10s to sweep up and get that extra cash in hand. I don't like the investment onto the 4 MAC-10s. It doesn't leave them with a whole lot to work with in the next round. They basically have to survive with everybody in this round, which they do. So that's not so bad. But it definitely came close. You know, if Thomas and Crystal had been dropped there, 1 or 2 bullets more needed onto them, you'd see them have to reinvest coming into this round. Then if they lose, they're left with no economy on 2 players to buy back up. It's a kind of hard spot to play from on the T side. And I think then you probably would have seen them go for a weaker buy, considering North would only be on a 10 or an 11-7.
Yeah, but
at that point.
I mean, I can't be the only one who's that surprised, right? I can't be the only one who's that. I mean, shocked, I think, is even a good word. If No Chance is picking up this round, North is looking good from a losing bonus perspective. Yet again, they are not there with an ideal buy. It will be 12-6, and it might be the momentum, Mitch. And I'm not quite sure if North can take that and digest it. We still have to say it's not their pick, right? So you're somewhat allowed to lose, but from a competition perspective, you're not allowed to lose.
Yeah, in a way, but at the same time, like, if No Chance can win this map out, then the mapping it does too looks a whole lot worse. But hold on, coming into this, the MAC-10s have already been taken out. 2 weapons depleted. Gage just gets them walking into his crosshair, and it's all on to Crystal. 1v4, MAC-10 in hand. No chance of walking away with that one, as it's going to be 11-7. But thankfully, that was only a bonus round played out by No Chance 69, as they've still got plenty of time, plenty of money to get their AKs out. Looking into this round, you do see a little bit of a weakness. Thomas has to come through with a Galil. He decides to take utility to support the rest of his team instead of just that AK-47. An admirable choice. As North come in, they're rocking their AUGs, they're rocking their M4s. No problems at all in terms of the utility or the hardware they roll in with. AZ swinging in with an opening, takes down Space Cadet. And with Sticko eliminated from the round already. I mean, he's not been having the most fantastic of games. It's really down to Mike that's been the heavy carry, I suppose, in the CT side. But usually when we swap over, we see a little bit more from Thomas than what we've seen in No Chance over the past couple weeks. Well, months even. Since they picked him up.
True. What's most interesting to me, and you might tend to agree, I wouldn't call this so dominant. I mean, 4 rounds different is massive. But 2 players on 100 ADR, and North pretty much having 4 silent players, with Waldy doing an amazing or quite good solid job. It's very odd. Statistics are sometimes confusing. In the meantime, no further confusion there for No Chance, as they didn't want to go onto the A site. They gotta work it with a man disadvantage, and I'm not so sure if Crystal is gonna call on that. Makaleli is putting himself out in public, and he just gets the bomb down casually, but would have never expected Volley to wait back on site. It's still planted for short. If they find a way to eliminate Kirby, it seems somewhat realistic. And as I say, it's... oh, goodness. The problem is that the bomb is not planted for him. If he comes around and is successful, the bomb is not planted for him. Yeah, and he needs to start it immediately. Is the nade good? No. Oh. Would have loved to see that.
It would be a hell of a way to deny it. They might still have had time to go back over and get it, though.
Surely.
After taking them down so quickly. So with the 11-8 on the scoreboard, North starting to swing back into it. They should get a 9th on the board and really close that gap in, considering they're on the CT side where they're a little bit more favored and no chance have currently won the pistol round starting out both halves. They should have a little bit more of a dominant lead. But again, we're coming into this expecting North to kind of dominate them early on. It doesn't happen. No chance certainly being resilient. And one of the things that feeds into this is North of somewhere less than a 20% follow through rate whenever they receive the opening death on this map. I think it's around 16, 17. And the fact that we've seen No Chance consistently open it up with the likes of Thomas or Michael making aggressive plays. One thing that can be said, the op, I mean, I think Crystal's on 1 opening so far in this series. I'll double check that. Yeah, he's 1 for 2. He's actually lost more opening duels than he's won. And yet you see Zen 3 for 1 and Michael 2 for 0. Actually, you can see the downside of Thomas's more aggressive playstyle early round. The fact that North are punishing him versus what other teams do. And this is why we're seeing him not up there as high as he normally is. He's 2 for 6 in opening duels. And he's just a naturally very aggressive player.
And that's the thing where it probably comes in with more professional teams that they know how to perfectly counter that. When you talk against in such an international competition, right? I personally imagine there is just a better expectation of the players from North how to counter that. And so Thomas, as I said, not that convincing overall. In the meantime, I mean, a bomb plant would be nice. I don't find it realistic as Crystal falls. Michael let's bring his Deagle. And there it goes. North coming closer to tying things up. And the CT side is where they want to prevail.
It's where they should prevail. No Chance now get a full buyout. They've got themselves AKs and an SG. And we'll take a look at how they want to approach this round, considering the fact that they've got the full utility to work with. I don't expect to see just a straight-up blitz towards a bomb site, but we are going to see a smoke towards top middle early on. That combined with 4 players hitting ramp and Crystal, making a little bit of progress on middle, flashbangs, Molotovs, making sure North know that there could definitely be presence here. Looks like we're going to see an A split with Crystal coming in through underpass. Try and catch off some of these middle players. Ooh. He's going to go for a lurk over towards B. Okay.
Very enjoyable. I mean, is Crystal going to take enough attention? Not really. Look, they're already rotating over. So Yugi is striking first. Underpass is clear. Bomb is down. Really taking this with a Crystal lurking that way. Look how many attention he's getting. He's getting a little too much, doesn't he? And now Yugi and his teammates need to find a way how to capitalize on this site. They're running a bit out of utility, but there's still smoke on Gade, as well as a molly in his hand. So if he wants to actually get a bit of a ninja, that would be possible. Valdo, unfortunately, flashed by his own teammates. Time is ticking, Mitch, and this could become a bit of a problem. Volley taking out 1, and there they go for it. It is going to be perfect savior. It is going to be the defuse, not the night. Unbelievable.
That's it, 11-10. North closing in that gap, and I mean, I'm surprised to see No Chance having such a difficult time over on the terrorist side. Considering we saw individuals certainly stepping it up over in half number 1. But now as they come into this, they're going to go for the aggressive decision. Very little utility. 5 AKs. Usually a player will take something along the lines of a UMP to get that extra util to play more of a supportive role coming into a round. But No Chance go fully in for the AK-47s. Looking to get those duels on the board early on. And they certainly do. Okay, Sticko. Gade's headshotted through the smoke, getting aggressive on middle. Doesn't pay off for North this time. As No Chance are happy to punish their aggression as well as have their own punished.
Yeah. In the meantime, patience on No Chance seems understandable. They don't want to mess it up when they have that little advantage. So, there they come. No Chance leading the charge over on the B side. Kirby's holding it up to some degree, but mid-air gonna be taken out. Alright then, I understood, Crystal. And that bomb hitting the ground nevertheless. And And so you see the flank range though paying off. We're back in the 3v3. I have a bit of a deja vu here.
Deja vu indeed. Michael Lele getting lit down low early on. Molotov goes through. He knows he's got to bail on out of there. Spotted, crossing back over. AZ's finding that kill. Now we close in the distance and leave Crystal all alone. 1v3. This could be a big clutch as the team kill comes through. It's all onto AZ. The bomb is planted for Crystal as well. Time dissipating. That smoke doesn't hit either as AZ swings down to take Crystal. Does he have time?
Yes,
I think he does. That came close though.
Oh, and the way he whiffed the smoke is unbelievable. Such a simple thing. Such a simple right click in safety and behind cover. Oh, and that now means we're back tied up. We talked about no chance, right? We talked how they could go all the way into a victory on Mirage. And right now, I think we're allowed to doubt that situation. We're allowed to doubt Crystal and his crew. As this is somewhat of the, let's say, final buy. I mean, obviously not the final buy, but the losing bonus is benefiting them. Afterwards, they will have $3,400 in case there's another plant happening. And then North is looking brilliant. Talking about that, here it comes.
Now 1-for-1 trades. Not ideal for North starting it out. There's no chance close in towards the A bomb site, though. They have no control of middle of connector now anymore. Again, the 1-for-1s go down. North not able to pull ahead or stay ahead in these fights. AZ's around that smoke, though, and no way Thomas expects it. The spam, not good. He needs to stop that. Michael Lele could win it. Spots out the headshot. Nade going into him and a Molotov as well. That's going to push him right out into the open, into the scope of Yugi. He knows exactly where the final player is as Sticko goes down. An AK-47 retrieved, upgraded there by Gade, as we're going to see a 12-11. North reclaim the lead, and no chance. They're certainly looking worse for wear here on the terrorist side. Unable to get anything past those opening 2 rounds.
It's so saddening, isn't it? I really have to say that now North is going to see the first time out. This is ridiculous, Sarov, isn't it? The first time out ever. The first time out ever off no chance. And I think they could have taken it a little earlier when, I mean, this is the 6th round consecutively. And this is where you thought maybe, okay, why don't we take this a little earlier and stop the momentum, you know, stop the speed they have gained. North with a brilliant buy, quite alright reserves, and probably now the read, idea, and confidence to take out No Chance in round number 24 yet again.
The fact that No Chance are getting those bomb plants, though, the consistent buys, I mean, it stands to them. But even with the rounds going down in almost an ideal situation, they're finding trades, finding the bomb site and the bomb plants, but then North pull it back right afterwards. It really does start to make us question. You know, it's 3 times now we've seen North on successful retakes where they were quite time limited, despite one of them coming pretty close to the wire. Kirby's up on top of mid. He's just taking the peek freely on the back of the Molotov, but eventually he's going to have to bail on out of there, knowing the players could come through underpass and cut him down from below. No chance here. I'm rotating back onto the B bomb site, and now is their time to strike. They can take that mid control. They don't know if they're being peeked from connectors, so you got to be a little bit cautious as you peek up.
There's finally the lead for North. And as it took its time, Sticko and Cole, they want to get it out of their hands, slap it out of the control because they want to get back into the driver's seat. Yet again, 40 seconds, no control gained. And I would actually say the utility is quite alright on North. Nevertheless, frag found, and this is where it gets a little gnarly for North.
There's Kirby down. This is looking a little bit scary because up close and personal, Gade is holding down in the apartments. He's waiting to catch them off and takes one! Oh! Michael Lele's got the bomb out on sight. No chance! Gade keeps going. Crystal's out of the game. It's a 2v2. 10 seconds left. He jumps to the site, though. That's going to allow the bomb plant to go through. Valda now has to win a 1 versus 1. If he stayed in apartments, he could have cut them off, but wanted to jump down to the site. Now this puts the 1v1 on the board and a real chance for No Chance.
Oh, that jump was beautiful. And look how much he stands there on a pedestal. Sticko now changing up his position. And he's not going to be visible. Not at least for the moment. Voldy sees bench, nobody there. And as his opponent now swings wide, does he expect him behind the bench? He has a kit, so 5-second defuse is possible. He can be a bit more patient. He can be a bit slower. But there's the time running out. He starts stepping loudly. And is Sticko ready? Sticko is not pointing out. Voldy is just ignoring the position. He's going to be killed? No, but the bomb explosion, it's not even going to find him. What in God's name?
That's a very weird spot to not check towards the back. But as it goes 12-12, No Chance just about come out on top in that round after Gade pulling it back hugely. It just wasn't enough. Barely managing to get that bomb down, and time is ultimately the enemy of North, even with the kid in play.
Take a look at the buy. Galils mainly are the fun part. This was the problem of no Chance, right? They hardly accumulated money. They have lost 4 out of 5 individuals in the previous round, so this is your punishment.
You can kind of see why we were so surprised that No Chance were doing so well. North now just pulling out the individuality, absolutely stomping them. But that one round goes their way, and maybe that's going to be what kick-starts it. What starts the ball rolling back into the half for No Chance. It's not too late, as North still have a pretty low economy after buying heavily into this one. The opportunities are there to at least chain some together, and if No Chance win this round, it's most likely a 14-12 in their favor.
I mean, at this point, I would not be surprised if we actually see OT, but North is not the type of team who wants to see that one happening. And as things are starting to get a bit problematic over on the side of A, AZ is getting apartments control. This is an advantageous position for him, very obviously. And Yugi also finding promise in the meantime. Denial comes in. Voldy tries to tap him down. That's not going to work. Support is there brilliantly. And they only lost 1 in the meantime. That's more than enough.
That is a very dominant round for North, as they only, like, what was the main concern for us here? Well, if they lose this round, their economy is going to suffer hugely. Well, not anymore. Only 1 player to be reinvesting into this round, and that puts them in a huge spot to walk away with the, at least getting up to the 14 here. No Chance. They come in with a force. Okay, 3 AKs, Mac-10, Deagle in play. It's risky. I respect the risk. They still have a little bit of cash left over on a few players. But Thomas taking out the Mac-10. You're up against some AKs and op. You could go no head armor AK if you wanted.
But after this round, I mean, it's devastating again. AZ strikes Yugi as well. This is a meat grinder, isn't it? And the Danes.
Oh my god.
God. That seemed like a practice round, didn't it? Absolutely amazed how North just seemed so coordinated. That one. And what do you want to do? Do you see that? It's 3.1, 2.5. This is unsatisfying, isn't it? Yeah,
it really is. And the thing here, you know, we were seeing a well-rounded performance from No Chance coming through half number 1, but now things have really fallen flat. You can definitely believe that. As North coming into this, you know, you've got such a weak investment from No Chance. I mean, it's a hefty investment compared to what they had. They've put all the cash that they possibly could into this round. But even at that, they're coming through with a huge disadvantage. North are looking likely to take this 16-12, at least over the line to 15, as there's only 3 AKs to play with coming into the round. Now that said, they can still open it up pretty efficiently. No Chance naded down. You're already going to see Sticko on 65. No mid control yet taken as the smokes dissipate. They don't know if there's going to be an AWP holding down their position. Of course, Yugi has rotated over. He's now playing in CT, waiting for the push to come through ramp. But No Chance aren't angling for that just yet. They've got players still outside B, starting to rotate towards spawn, checking that no one's flanking them out. It looks like Thomas is now going to regroup, and they're going to put a bit of a push, a little bit of pressure down towards the B bomb site.
Now, let's see where this way will go. Sen was looking so desperately for that frag, but immediately the punishment is there. B side swamped with opponents, no bunny hopping for you. As then Thomas brings it in a man equalized situation with his teammates. Gao gets the advantage down, but immediate punishment coming in from Yugi. And his op in the last few rounds, I'm not quite sure if I'm hallucinated, he had such major impact towards the end of this second half.
No, for sure. Yugi has been performing really well, as have the majority of North since this second half began. We've seen massive step-ups in performance. Gade was towards 4 kills at the end of the previous half, and now he's starting to recover it, you could say. Caught out there in the previous round by playing the same position as he did when he found that 3K. This time they were conscious of it, yet he still walked away with an opening duel, despite the fact that they checked and pre-fired him. It's not ideal for No Chance, nor is this buy, as again we see only 2 AKs, a Galil, 2 SMGs, alongside still pretty limited utility outside of smokes, which they only have 3 of anyways. And it's 15 to 12. North of the opportunity to buy if they lose this round. No Chance have the opportunity to try to win 2 to 1 if they lose this round.
Yeah. True. It's a little sad, isn't it? I mean, I love the underdog stories.
You do. It would have been nice to see.
Yeah.
And it still could be. Like, you don't want to count them out completely, but we need to see massive. Like, look at the utility they've got left. 1 smoke. They still haven't pushed towards a bomb site. They lose the opening duel. It's traded back at least by Crystal, but he suffers heavy damage in the process. And there's the smoke dissipated to get them towards B.
Yeah, this is the thing that might get them working, but in the meantime, I think we're allowed to have some doubts here. Kirby strikes against Sticko, but that is the B site now opened up. Yugi with his AWP has proven multiple times how good he actually is. Volley quite far away, so now patience is key as Yugi is waiting back towards window in hopes that anyone is going to go too aggressively. Actually, through apartments, Valdi goes. That is the long way around, and this is costing them a good bit of time, isn't it? Valdi is still slow.
No, they're going to give this one
The
up.
exit frags.
Yeah, Yugi's just playing exits outside of kitchen. They're going to allow this to go to No Chance, hope to take the weapons out of their hands, and that will still leave them with a pretty hard spot in terms of buying up in the next round. Yugi's not going to be given any opportunities, but there is one up close in kitchen. In the apartments. Doesn't look like he's going to get shut down, though. Valda leaves him on top of the couch. It goes 15 to 13. North still 1 round away from victory. No Chance. Have to pull it back. Reinvestments coming in here. Don't leave them with too poor of a spot. They should have full rifles to come out. They don't have an op to work with. Whereas over on the north side, obviously, they're happy as Lowry with the 2 weapons saved over. They actually go for a double op setup.
And this is very interesting to see what Crystal's going to call in that round. Ace's aggression, ouch. That's painful. He's eating that grenade immediately. Only puts him down to 77, though. It looked like he was starting in front of his feet. AZ got to move away. He's going to be taken out. Weird aggression coming in from the op on the north side. The molly extinguished immediately. And No Chance. They feel quite comfortable right now. It's still 1 minute 20 left. Patience could be there. And with Zen coming out, can't find the frag. Man equalized, we're back in a tied-up situation.
No Chance closing in towards the A bomb site. Valda still close in connector. He's been having a fantastic game. He's going to peek this and oh no, smoke goes down. Okay. He's not going to swing into the peak, but he's ready for that. He's conscious of a player coming through console. He doesn't even want to peek towards the bomb site itself. Gade holding down on the AUG. Val actually gets flashbanged here, and eventually Crystal's going to have to make a move to get in here and support his teammates. He might be able to catch Val off guard if he pushes in time, but takes too long. Yugi's able to be taken down. Val comes in with 1. This is not looking good at all. Although the bomb's down, they're in a man disadvantage. And it's all onto Sticko. It's not looking good for him right now. At least they don't know where he is, but Kirby takes him out nonetheless in the defuse. I mean, it's a closer map than we expected, that's for sure, but No Chance not able to fully surprise us and take it over the line.
Yeah. True. And that's going to be 16-13. North